attitude like a young O'Shea with an AK.
Okay, don't you tell these motherfuckers that my name is O'Shea.
What's up, everyone? It's the Nation of Podcation Daily Podcast. I'm O'Shea. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram at @thereal_OBarberbrand and at Nation of Podcation on Instagram and TikTok. Hip-hop superstar and current Hot Boys member Hot Boy Turk talks about BG and BG being locked up and getting locked up for working with convicted felons. Now, as we all know, BG was released from doing 12 and a half years behind bars about 6 months ago and has been taking over the airwaves, making all types of music, the music that we miss, the music that we love. We're glad to have BG home. But it seems like the New Orleans judges aren't, and they ended up sending BG back to jail for a little while for working with convicted felons like Boosie Badass, Kevin Gates, Finesse 2 Times, Gucci Mane. All these rappers are rappers that BG has worked with, and it got himself back in trouble. He had to go back from Las Vegas all the way to New Orleans, and unfortunately he had to go through some jail and legal issues just so he could get free again, so he could get told on what he could do and what he couldn't do. Now, BG did go to Instagram and say that he is free, he is back out. He went to church this past weekend. He did a show with Trey Songz over the weekend, so he is back free again, back doing what he's supposed to be doing. But he did say he's gonna have to keep the muzzle on and be quiet now because a lot of folks in that legal system are trying to hold him back. Well, his co-Hot Boy member, Hot Boy Turk, says in a recent interview that he went through the same thing as BG. He said there's no way to beat the system. He said the best way to do it is to be honest with your PO, talk to your PO, keep that open line of communication, so whenever you want to do something, they will eventually let you do that. And if you follow the rules, they will let you off early. I'm a big believer in that because if you do follow that, I know they do loosen up those restrictions quite a bit. If you do pass your drug test, if you do what you say you're doing, if you're being where you're supposed to be, you're doing all your community service, you're doing all the appointments that you're supposed to be doing, I know they do a lot of times loosen up on their restrictions. Well, hopefully BG can get it together and figure it all out, and his legal team can figure it out so he can work with some of these other rappers, because that's the good thing about rap music. We love to have the collaborations. We love to see artists work with other artists. It just works for good music. It makes good music, good songs, long-lasting songs, and we're looking forward to that, especially the Hot Boys reunion, because if he can't work with convicted felons, he won't be able to work with the Hot Boys, because we know Lil Wayne had his gun situation, and we know Turk was locked up for 8.5 years himself. So unfortunately, that might be at a halt if he can't work with convicted felons. Let's take a look at this clip from Hot Boy Turk as he talks about being stuck in the legal situation like BG, how he navigated it, and his advice for BG. Let's tune in.
To be honest, bro, I hate that for my bro, man. You know, even though, you know, we had our little run-ins or whatever, you know, which I don't even call it run-ins. It's just a big misunderstanding.
So right there, I like how Turk started it off saying it's a whole big misunderstanding between him and BG. There is no real beef. There's no real issues. It's just a real big misunderstanding, and that's kind of what's holding up this Hot Boys reunion. Let's continue.
Line is open for BG. I just want him to know, man, I'm here for him no matter what. And if he need my help with my people, the team that I got, we pushing prison reform. I went through the same situation. I came home on supervised release.
So there you have it right there. Turk tells he's been home on supervised release before. Remember, he did 8.5 years himself. We know BG just got released from doing his 12.5 years. So Hot Boy Turk does have some experience with navigating this legal system. And shout out to Turk because he has changed his life around. He just got a key to the city of New Orleans. He's been working with the legal teams, trying to work on prison reform for New Orleans and things like that. So Turk has changed it around, and shout out to Turk for trying to help out. Let's tune back in.
You know, and one thing I did notice that when you doing all the things that's right, and I made sure that I did that, you know what I'm saying? I know the stipulations of any little thing can cause you to go back.
As Turk says right there, any little thing can cause you to go back. And this is one of those little things that BG's going through that could cause him to go back. So luckily it didn't. Luckily we don't have anything like that that's going to set him back and send him back to sit him down for another year or something like that. So let's tune back into Turk as he continues.
I'm already knowing from back in the days how I used to try to play on the system thinking that I could get by. It ain't no getting by no more. I used to inform my probation officer of any little thing, whether it was travel, going to the studio, or whatever, and they honored that.
So right there, like you said, he like to keep his PO updated. There is no getting away with crime no more. There is no getting away with none of that stuff no more. There is no beating the system no more. You did the crime, you do the time, you got to face the punishment, and you got to face everything that comes with it. And being honest is the best way to go. Let's tune back in.
From past experience, I found out, bro, you cannot beat the system. And it's a wonderful thing when them people not sweating you because you did the right thing. You know, BG, you got my number, bro, and it's still in the DM because I check it every now and then. And look.
So I like that there. He did shout out BG. He said, reach out, bro, if you need any kind of help. If you need any kind of help navigating through this situation, please reach out to me. So shout out to Turk. He's got that open line of communication. I'm just saying, come on, BG, reach out. Let's squash this beef and get this Hot Boys reunion going. Let's tune back in.
I'm here for you, bro. Like, it's nothing that we don't have no understanding about. Where I can't help my brother. Yeah, we always gonna be brothers, you know. Brothers have misunderstanding, you know what I'm saying? And he the older brother, so, you know, I just growed up too. You not understand, you know, like I say, I came home and being gone long as he was gone, I was gone 8 months, 16 days. I kind of was in the same type of mindset.
Seems like Turk has learned a lot. Sitting down for those 8.5 years, put some sense into Turk. He's much wiser. You can tell just by the way he moves. He doesn't move like a kid anymore. He doesn't move like he's trying to beat the system anymore. He's actually trying to work with prison reform to help some of these prisoners, help some of these people when they get out of jail. And BG could go to his boy Turk and get some of that help because Turk has matured and he has grown up and he doesn't make those silly moves that he used to do. Turk was the one that got caught up shooting at the feds. He was actually busting shots at the feds, and that's how he got caught up. So he's one that BG should really listen to and take some advice from, because both of them did a long time in jail. I mean, with Turk doing 8.5 years, BG doing 12.5 years, that's a long time to sit down. Nearly a decade for Turk, over a decade for BG. So I know BG could use a lot of the help that Turk does have and some of that knowledge and wisdom that he has since he has been out. Nation, what do you think about Turk's comments on BG's situation? What do you think about BG's situation? Should he be able to work with convicted felons such as Gucci Mane, Finesse 2 times, Kevin Gates, Boosie Badass? What do you guys think about that? Do you guys want to see the Hot Boys reunion for 2024? Me personally, I think they need to leave BG alone. I understand the laws, but this man is doing everything in his power to stay out of jail. The man is doing everything right. There's no gun charges. There's no witness tampering. There's no drugs. There's none of that. He's doing all his community service. He's doing all his probation appearances. He's doing everything he can to make sure he's making money and working and staying out of jail and staying out of trouble. So shout out to BG. We just got to figure out this legal situation so we can keep you out of trouble. Make this Hot Boys reunion happen and make the summer of 2024 the Hot Boys reunion. Nation, let me know in the comment section down below. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button on your way out. Hey.
O'Shea and I have been kicking it strong for a minute now. O'Shea doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. O'Shea is a professional model.
Attitude like a young O'Shea with an AK.
Okay, don't you tell these motherfuckers that my name is O'Shea.